So I'm pleased to be here with head coach Juan Carlos Amorós. We'll get things started with you, Juan. Just overall takeaways from this game for you.
Well, I think for me, one of the most proudest moments for us as a team and as a club, I think coming here on such a difficult week away from home. Obviously, we had a great result against LA, but it was, coming here with almost no rest after the Portland game, and we needed to really step on the pitch, be ourselves, be focused, and show everyone who we are. And the players were outstanding. Obviously, the first half was fantastic, and then the second half we knew the legs were going to be tired, that we were going to have to grab together, to get together, to battle for each other. And I couldn't be prouder of the players. I think they've been outstanding the whole week, and also I would like to also highlight the work of all the staff, obviously the coaching team, the logistics, medical, media, operations, high performance. Everyone has worked really, really hard this week to make sure that we could get those 3 points, and the players have been really, really outstanding. So yeah.
All right, we'll kick it off with Peyton first.
You've said before that you kind of pride yourself on playing a really high line. And at some points during that second half, I was looking up and I was like, they're all on one half of the field.
Yeah.
Like that was probably one of the highest lines I've seen you guys play. I was wondering if that was a tactic to kind of like help with the legs, if you were just taking a bet that you would be able to have someone outrun Kwasi or another physical player from Spirit who was going to try to make those runs. It seemed like it was pretty successful in the end, but
Yeah, I think the second half we didn't change really nothing, but obviously I think we had a very good chance for Esther to score the fourth one. But naturally on these games, with the longer it goes, the more forwards they throw on, the fans, it's a very difficult environment to come and play, and they put us a little bit there, in our half. But then we also work on that a lot, and how we need to work when we are in those situations, working everyone together, and I think the players were outstanding. We tried to obviously bring in the fresh legs to help the team there in midfield with Taryn, with Ella, with Mitch, obviously, and Kaya, and everyone was really committed to make sure that we not only get the 3 points, but also the clean sheet. And yeah, I'm, very, 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 very proud of the performance of everyone to make sure that could happen.
All right, any English questions in here?
I'd probably ask this question again in Spanish, but how does it feel to actually get a little bit of that, sacarse un poco la espina, as they say in Spanish, against the Spirit after the semifinal loss last year?
Yeah, I think in football, obviously, when you have a tough experience, you want to bounce back. And I think for us, being able to come here, when you look at it in the schedule, obviously it looked very difficult on paper, but every player was really committed to make sure that they were going to give the 200% for the team and be able to help to get that. They understand. I think it's not only it's not only the game that we couldn't win last year, and obviously, unfortunately, we lost, but it's also the rivalry a little bit between New York and Washington. But I think for this group of players and this team, they are winners. They want to win whatever is this team, America, friendly, whatever game, and that's who we are as Gotham. We want to win against any opposition, and I think for us today it was special because it was Washington, but I think it was more special because of coming back from obviously that game that we lost, and being in at the end of this week. The players have now a few days off to recover, and I think it was really important to come out with 3 points for sure.
Just another question. Just you guys have played midweek. What's the importance of just resting players on such a short schedule?
Yeah, it's very important. Players can play. The thing is sometimes the level of performance they are gonna give, and also the health and safety on their side. It's not only that we play 3 away games; it's also that we have to travel from the East Coast to the West Coast, and travel within the West Coast, and back to the East Coast. So it's been a lot on the bodies and on the minds, and that's where really a team needs to show what are they made of. And I think the players today show that they're winners, that they're gonna do whatever it takes to win. They stick to the game plan. They trust on themselves. We really give them a lot of trust because they're quality on the ball, and they're committed off the ball, and in key moments, was obviously Esther turned up again. and especially happy as well for Sarah Szupański and her first professional goal. No, I think that goal was executing the game plan to perfection, and you know that connection between Lily and Sarah, our two rookies. I think it was very important.
Jenna on the call?
Thanks so much. Hi, Coach. Congrats on the win. Thanks for taking the time. I wanted to ask about some of the formation changes. Neely back in the midfield, Vernini on the back line. Was that in response to the game against Portland, or were some of these changes kind of planned based on all the travel and the player rest in the 3-game week?
I think it was a little bit of everything. We wanted to obviously find the best ways that we could, even if we don't have, as I've mentioned before, a lot of players at the moment or more senior players ready to compete with how we are. I think we wanted to be, have very good exit of the ball on both sides. I think Brew does give us that, and she was a player that came off early the other day, so she was a bit more fresh to work on transitions. I think Neely is a fantastic player in midfield to when things get broken, to make sure that she's there to fix them, and she was obviously ready to captain the team and be there. Taryn is played for the first time to starting 2 games in a row, so she was probably someone that we needed to get some fresh legs off the bench. Jessie picked up a little knock, so she couldn't start, and we finally got Jace to 45 minutes, so we thought that could give us a little bit of a different energy there, and luckily it worked. They will have obviously a lot of things that probably people don't see, but like Sarah Szupański picked up a very big hit after the game on Tuesday night, and we were very worried at the start, but the medical team and High Performance did a very good job with her to recover her, and thanks that they did it, because look at her, how she played tonight, and there has been warriors out there that have completed every minute of every game. Jess, Carter, and Emily and Jaylin, everyone has given absolutely everything they had, and I was very happy as well for Anne, because we always take a lot of pride as a team for the clean sheets, but I don't think she's ever conceded 4 goals with us, and to bounce back with not only the clean sheet, but I think she pulled out 2 or 3 unbelievable saves and a great game on the ball. So yeah, I'm super happy and proud of them, to be honest.
And I just wanted to super quickly ask about Anne. I know it looked like she took maybe a hit to right below her eye or something. Just kind of what was that, and if she's all right?
Yeah, I think she's all right. She was really tired after these games. Anne is such a special player, such a special person, and we are so happy to have her here with us. She always gives absolutely everything she has, and she has a very special aura around her that makes everyone, work even harder to make sure that she doesn't have to do the work that she needs to do. And for us, having her in go is a privilege, is an honor, and I think she's very special. You guys are starting to know her as well off the pitch, and but yeah, I think for us, Anne is a reference, and I think even if with one eye, she will still try to play, So yeah, I think she's fine.
Thanks, Jenna. We'll go to Mega and then Michael.
Hi, Coach. Congratulations on the win, and thank you so much for taking the time today. As you mentioned, Esther was really dominant in today's showing. This is her 3rd brace of the season, so just wanted to get some of your thoughts on that and, some of the factors that have been contributing to her amazing performance this season.
Yeah, I think, Esther is, again, she's a very different player. I think I've mentioned in another press conference that probably in terms of certain aspects of the game is one of the best in the world, not only on this league. Probably gets maybe a bit less highlights or less appreciation because maybe she's not as quick as other players or she doesn't do certain things. But I think for people that really knows the game, how Esther plays the game is probably the best. I think she works incredibly hard off the ball, very intelligent. She's super good technically, holding up the play, reading the play. She's able to appear in the key moments, and then on top of that, she's a fantastic finisher. So I think she's very comfortable, I think, with this group of players. She's a lot more integrated, obviously, because now she speaks a little bit more English and a lot more Spanish speakers or Portuguese speakers. But all the credit goes to her. She's the ultimate pro, doing everything she can to help the team. And you give her three chances, she's gonna score two of them. So I think she's been obviously amazing. No, I think she's scored 5 goals this week. Am I right?
Yeah.
So I don't know, like it's just she's got 7 in the league. She's been brilliant, and it's a pleasure really to work with her.
And then we'll go to Michael, and then we'll wrap it with some Spanish questions in the room.
Hi, Coach. Thank you for your time today. A common refrain in American sports is that long stretches of away games like this, teams tend to learn a lot about themselves. I'm just curious, over these last 3 games, what have you learned about this year's Gotham team?
We have a group of people that is really to be a team with capital letters and back each other and be there for each other and put the team first to be able to achieve our common target, that is to win and be able to do that while we play a fun style of football and while the people is able to grow not only on the pitch but also off the pitch and enjoying the experience of doing this privileged job that we are doing. So I couldn't be happier for at the end of this week for sure.
And then for a few questions in the room.
Coach, Luis Rodríguez de la Línea Boca por acá. Habla un poco de la estrategia del partido, o sea, ¿cómo llegaste, con qué estrategia llegaste a este partido y cómo cambió con el gol tempranero en el partido?
Bueno, la estrategia la teníamos clara, siempre queremos ser nosotros. Creo que desde nuestra identidad podemos dominar los partidos. Creo que las jugadoras se están adaptando muy, muy bien a eso. Hoy de nuevo teníamos pues 5 jugadoras que son nuevas realmente de esta temporada en el equipo y que han sido capaces de integrarse y entender lo que queremos tanto con balón como sin balón. Y bueno, el gol pues no cambia nada. Al final lo que cambia el gol es el darnos la confianza de que lo que queríamos hacer funcionaba. Creo que el primer gol es un ejemplo muy claro de cómo las jugadoras han ejecutado el plan de partido y luego a partir de ahí pues hemos sido capaces de dominar sus ataques, de limitar sus ocasiones en ese primer tiempo y bueno, en los momentos clave creo que marcamos un gol también de esa presión arriba que recuperamos y se cometen el penalti bueno, y la jugada que da origen al córner, que luego también es una cosa que trabajamos mucho, ¿no? Con Will, que está haciendo un trabajo fantástico en jugadas a balón parado. Creo que llevamos 4 goles de córner contando con el de Seattle y eso para nosotros es muy importante, claro.
¿Qué tan importante es Estel González en este partido? Creo que te he hecho más o menos la pregunta, es la 9, inclusive en la zona mixta le di como ese dato interesante que el equipo, cada victoria que ha tenido, ella está presente en el score.
Claro, al final, hombre, cuando nosotros trabajamos mucho para que todas las jugadoras contribuyan en esa faceta goleadora, ¿no? Hoy ha sido Sara, pero al final el trabajo de las 9 es también específicamente el ser esa jugadora determinante de cara a gol. Y bueno, creo que ha sido fundamental, ¿no? Al final creo que también para el equipo, ¿no? Comparado con a lo mejor los primeros partidos que nos costó encontrar un poquito la portería cuando sabes que si trabajas bien y consigues hacer llegar la pelota arriba con calidad, las posibilidades de gol son altas, creo que al final todo el mundo da un 1, un 2% más porque saben que eso va a suceder, ¿no? Entonces, súper contento por ella también, ¿no? Porque trabaja súper duro, es muy exigente con ella misma, es una persona muy especial también en el vestuario y creo que todo el mundo nos alegramos un poquito más cuando marca este, ¿no?
Cada partido va cambiando, ¿verdad? El ánimo del equipo. Hoy en día fue una victoria, 3 puntos importantes. ¿Con qué ánimo llega el equipo a uno de los compromisos más importantes, que es la Champions League?
Sí, al final nosotros lo que intentamos también entendemos que este es un deporte de élite, deporte competitivo y nos centramos mucho en los procesos más que en los resultados. Entonces al final creo que el ir haciendo eso consistentemente y no ser un equipo, un entrenador o un club que dependiendo de un partido bueno, un partido malo, decide cambiar absolutamente todo, creo que eso también le da confianza a las jugadoras entienden mucho mejor qué tienen que hacer, lo van ejecutando y bueno, a partir de ahí pues vamos creciendo como equipo, como grupo y y al final súper orgulloso, ¿no? de lo que estamos construyendo, porque al final como entrenador también pues quieres ganar partidos, pero también quieres que la gente disfrute, que sea un grupo unido y creo que estamos consiguiendo eso.
Gracias.